Would you like me to relay your message?
Can you wait a little moment? The Master Diviner will be here. She's temporarily taken on the General's responsibilities. Before meeting you, she must make the current situation known and fortify public spirit. This is her first real test as a General. I hope she can get used to things quickly.
I don't think I can ever get used to this. It's a pleasure to see you all collating casualties and losses, dispatching forces to round up the remnants of the disciples, submitting battle reports to the 6 charioteers. Now I know what Jing Yuan meant when he said, "The highest throne faces the strongest wins." Generalship is no trifling matter.
I think she actually really enjoys it.
Master Diviner, have you summoned us here just to sigh and complain?
Of course not. On the contrary. I am eager to thank you all in my official capacity as acting general of the Luofu. Now that things have drawn to a conclusion, it is time to reward you.
Ooh, all those benefits that the General promised. They're finally here! Yippee!
Yes. The Astral Express has braved great evil for the Luofu. Your devotion is evident. After discussions with the 6 charioteers, you are henceforth sworn allies of the Luofu. Within the Luofu's jurisdiction, you are to be treated with the highest standard of diplomatic protocol.
On behalf of the Astral Express, I would like to thank you, Master Diviner.
Oh, wow. Nothing tangible then?
Now that things have been expressed, I still have something to discuss with you. Please, this way.
Seriously?
It's not a mission. The Stellaron Crisis, the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus Rebellion, the Arbor's Resurrection, not to mention the Antimatter Legion infiltrating the Luofu. All of these incidents need reporting at the highest. It's just that, having been in the middle of everything, I'm struggling to keep an accurate perspective. I would appreciate if you could go through it all with me. So... the Stellaron Hunters. We know just as little. But in the Matrix of Prescience, I saw a prophecy that Kafka received from Destiny's slave. Elio foresaw all manner of possibilities for the Luofu, based on what Kafka knows, and despite everything being under the control of Elio. That prophecy is indeed the most beneficial future for the Luofu. The Stellaron Hunters walked right into our trap, and even gifted allies, in the form of yourselves. Now that the future has come true, the Xianzhou has discovered the Legion's intent. That we may. But for example, how was the Stellaron brought onto the Xianzhou? And who sent it onto Scale Gorge Waterscape? How many disciples of Sanctus Medicus still remain at large? All of this is a mystery. I'm submitting my report to the Alliance, and I've already got a plan in mind. All of you will feature in the report. But for the sake of Jingyuan, anything related to Xianzhou internal affairs will have names redacted.
I was about to make the same request, Master Diviner. Since the Arbor's resurrection, I'm...
Jingyuan has committed quite a few violations this time around, and I'll have to deal with them. Before you leave, please make time to recuperate. If there's anywhere you'd like— oh, if you pass through Starskiff Haven. It was all so chaotic. The Cloud Knights were only able to find her fan. She took it with her everywhere. It's currently unclear if Ting Yun was I'm already prepared for the worst. Considering how the Legion operates. As for how matters are handled with regards to Ting Yun, I believe it's best left to her Foxian kin.
I understand.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. It's getting late.
I see. Please extend my regards.
I will. Our condolences. You have guests. I shall take my leave.
On behalf of the Skyfaring Commission, I would like to thank the crew of the Express for saving the Law Fu from the Stellaron crisis.
Madame Yukong must have heard about Miss Ting Yun.
Yes, I have heard. Seeing 4 leave, yet only 3 return, was enough for me to know that Fu Xuan's report was indeed correct. Ting Yun. I still can't believe it. The whole report reads like a bad joke. It's simply unimaginable. The Antimatter Legion on the Xianzhou, and Ting Yun, a Lord Ravager? How could someone who spent over 30 years working alongside me at the Skyfaring Commission turn out to be nothing more than a monster in disguise? What happened to the real Ting Yun?
Madam,
I'm sorry. I understand. It's just hard for me to accept. Thank you for bringing Ting Yun's belongings back to the Palace of Astrum. The Stellaron crisis has cost us too many comrades. Brothers, sisters, children. I'd like to invite all of you, as witnesses to this war, to a soul-soothing ceremony hosted by the Skyfaring Commission. Will you consider?
A soul-soothing ceremony?
To put it into short life terms, a funeral. You see, for long-life species of the Xianzhou, death has always been a distant, mystical concept. Ordinarily, the Ten Lords Commission guides people to the Hall of Karma before any symptoms of Mara are detected. There, they leave behind their lives and wait for their time to come. People are used to a short farewell as opposed to a tedious burial process. Given our limited lifespans, the only ones who place value on ceremony are us Foxians. Countless Cloud Knights lost their lives or became Mara-struck during the crisis. The Hall of Karma couldn't take them all in, and so they passed away. All of these sudden deaths and unfulfilled wishes remind us that long-life species still live out insignificant and limited lives. By combining Skyfaring Commission technology with Foxian ceremony, we honor those who have passed on. We place items of the dead onto star skiffs and send them out to sail between the stars, to shine brightly among them. It's not just it's also my way of saying farewell to Ting Yun. I know, I'm selfish. She may not have died a Cloud Knight, but she's still one of us here at the Skyfaring Commission. A victim caught up in a wider conflict. I'd like to hold this ceremony as a way of distancing the memory of Ting Yun from the Lord Ravager who tarnished her identity. I can still hardly believe it. I'll use my own methods to locate Ting Yun's whereabouts, but at present, this is the least I can do for her. I'd like to ask you all to witness this event. I've instructed Yen Ming to sort through Ting Yun's belongings. I hope you can pick some out to place around the star skiff.
Leave this to us. We'll take care of it as per your wishes, Madame Yukong.
Once again, my thanks to all of you. I've asked the judges of the Ten Lords Commission to ratify this soul-soothing ceremony, and have commissioned a special skiff at Stargazer Nervalia for the ceremony. If you need anything, that's where I'll be.
You always did say that I like to gossip, and here I am rambling on, proving you right again. If only you were here to cut me off. Oh, it's you. For a moment, I thought she'd returned. Did the Helm Master send you over?
We're here to help sort out Miss Tingyun's things. Madame Yukong wants to use some of them for her soul-soothing ceremony.
Well, I've managed to get through pretty much everything. It's all in this box. Please, take your time.
Okay, let's see what there is. An Amicassator's seal, a small box, a knife, looks like some kind of antique? But who'd want to hold on to something like this?
Oh, Ting Yun explained that one to me. It's a folk statuette from Foxian antiquity. They say it can bring wealth if placed correctly.
There's also a note in the package. This is for you, Mr. Yenming. Wishing you fortune and success in every endeavor. Yenming, it seems like this...
I remember asking her for one at the time. This is unexpected. I only mentioned Ting Yun and I were from different guilds. We were competitors, but also colleagues. When we used to trade in other lands, we would bring back local specialties and distribute them among friends and other guild members. It became a custom. The rivalry between us and the Whistling Flames to be the Skyfaring Commission's top guild was always fierce. We would gift each other all kinds of bizarre oddities. Candy that made your leg hair grow. A violin that could shatter glass with its piercing shriek. Oh, I was completely unprepared for this. I never thought Ting Yun would leave something behind for me that was so... If I don't return a gift, I'll lose our little duel. But what could I possibly gift her back?
Huh. Besides the seal, the knife, and the bow, none of this seems like something Miss Tingyun would have kept. Could there be other things similar to... Do you know where we're supposed to...
The Sleepless...
Welcome to the Sleepless Earl. I'm the owner here. The name's Ming Ming. How many of you are there? Oh, this is the tea Miss Tingyun promised when I took over this tea house from my parents. I thought I'd shake things up. Famous brews like Whale Tide Spring or Vegetations in the Alchemy Cauldron have been around for millennia. And imported mixed teas have also found a niche. Introducing a new product into the industry is really hard. Miss Tingyun came to the tea house one day and heard about my troubles. She said she could find me a brand new strain during her travels. One that nobody on the Xianzhou had ever tasted. I just thought she was trying to cheer me up.
Yes. Now that the crisis has been averted and the ports are resuming operations, Miss Tingyun has been dispatched on business with the Skyfaring Commission out to other worlds.
Oh, really? her suggestion, I improved the Whale Tide Spring, Emerald Hills, and Dawn Dew strains to make a new variety with a sweet, long-lasting taste. I called it Ting Yun's Blend, seeing as she can't enjoy it right now.
Fancy a coffee?
The Lafu is famous for its mung bean soda. You've got to give it a try.
Oh, how's it going?
Isn't that the place on... It's the main commercial tourists fresh off the... Whenever I'm tired of...
Spices Supreme.
Honored guests, welcome to our humble... something... Oh. When she first ate here, I told her my motto: you can't better your own food unless you taste it. Then she got me to talk about my hunting and cooking experiences out on other worlds. She was captivated. She pestered me about dish after dish. At the end, she mentioned she wanted to get me a gift. A sword for a hero, and a knife for a chef. That's how she put it. She probably came across some rare mineral and forged it by hand. Look how sharp it is. I bet... Miss Tingyun is too kind. Who among the Aram Alley vendors hasn't been spoiled by the generosity of whistling flames? Her grand fare puts small merchants like us in touch with big intergalactic vendors. If we're talking gifts, it's us who should be Oh, I heard the trade port is open again for business. Miss Tingyun must be real busy, right?
Miss Tingyun couldn't tear herself away from...
Really? Thank you so much. Why don't I give you all a demonstration and prepare a dish? Oh, speaking of which, it was our chili beef offal stew that first attracted Miss Tingyun to our restaurant. It's...
About that bow, I think I know who Miss Tingyun intended.
What brings you here? This bow. Did Tingyun pick it out for me? She understood my pain. It's a shame I can no longer do anything for her. 30 years ago, I fought in a terrible war. My comrade and I set sail together, but only I returned. The scars of that war never truly healed. Still, the Law Fu traced out its arc of recovery and continued to trade. I felt tired of voyaging, like I'd lost the courage to pull on a bowstring ever again. I hid away in the Skyfaring Commission and buried myself in work, never wanting to see the sky again. Despite rising to Helm Master, my military career hadn't prepared me for the type of meticulous planning work now confronting me. Tingyun, on the other hand, was a born merchant, always discussing business matters with me and offering up advice. Even if she was my subordinate, she never fought alongside me on the battlefield. But in her own way, she became a comrade in arms. Without the help of Ting Yun and the Guild, the Law Fu would not have been able to recover in the space of just 30 short years. I used to think that the Xianzhou had changed with the times. Geniuses like Ting Yun were the future for the Skyfaring Commission's next generation. I was wrong. Only when the last minions of the Antimatter Legion are wiped out will I become useless to the Xianzhou. The Xianzhou needs people like me. Those willing to cruise the sky and fight the flames. The star skiff is ready for the ceremony now. Everyone?
Wait! Wait for me! Miss Ting Yun prepared a gift for me. As a fellow ambassador, I cannot fail to honor our custom.
Yanming, what is it that you've prepared?
I've brought a paper kite. I know it may seem simple compared to the precious items that Ting Yun gifted others in the past, but I heard that Foxians have a tradition where paper kites are used to comfort the souls of pilots who can no longer take to the skies. Ting Yun and I were never pilots in the strictest sense of the word, but we spent much of our lives. For her to be able to take wing once again would make her very happy.
Out of all this stuff...
This time, we needn't compete.
Thank you for everything you've done for the Skyfaring Commission and the Law Fu.
This is a gift from Miss Yensui on behalf of all the restaurants. This is the tea that Meng Ming has...
The Skyfaring Commission shall never forget you, Ting Yun. I will seek out the truth. And if it is discovered that you were taken, it is time for the soul-soothing ceremony.
Fancy a cup?
General, the ceremony is finished.
Not yet. My apologies, I couldn't get to you any sooner. Before you leave the Law Fu.
Two gifts? Has his conscience finally gotten the better of him? Is he going to make up for all our hard work
Please, let us reconvene. Present company is gathered to reiterate the Xianzhou Law Fu's esteemed gratitude for the magnanimous actions. I am sure Lady Fu has given voice to this already, but the Law Fu is greatly indebted to you. Therefore, on behalf of the Law Fu Cloud Knights, I hereby present you with a jade abacus, a symbol of our allied friendship. Back when the Alliance was first established, all those thousands of years ago, the Xianzhou ships swore an oath, etching the record into a jade abacus. The world may crumble, and the heavens may fall, but this oath shall never be broken. The same is true of this jade abacus. It is a record of the Law Fu Cloud Knight's promise to the crew of the Astral Express. It is also a beacon. Grip it tightly, and it will send a message to the Jade Abacus here, in my hand. No matter how astronomically distant you are, The lawful Cloud Knights will always come to the aid of the crew. Whatever.
Wow, now that...
Of course, I trust that such an important article will not be used for trivial or inappropriate circumstances.
Yep, got it. Say no more. Sure thing.
Thank you for your generosity, General.
Don Hong.
General.
In accordance with the Edict of the Ten Lords Commission, I am hereby authorized to relieve your banishment decree. From this day henceforth, you may come and go free.
Nice!
But I must remind you that the crimes of Don Feng have had far-reaching implications. And some people, such as those in Scale Gorge Waterscape, will not be much moved by the issuance of a paper edict. While I can guarantee your freedom to come and go as you please, I cannot guarantee your safety.
I understand.
This issuing of gifts brings with it a sense of relief. Even my wound is feeling much improved. The occasion calls for a line or two of poetry. Though I feel my efforts would be overshadowed by the erudition, the Express and its passengers have a long voyage ahead of them.
Himiko messaged me. The Express detected the Jade Gates reopen. She was also asking after you, Dan Hung.
She must have been worried.
Himiko must be eager to hear about what... hang on. Oh, how could I forget? We should... Oh, yeah.
Fine, fine.
Don't worry, Miss...